If you found this video by the request how to always win in chess in 4 moves, I have 2 pieces of news for you, good and bad. I'll really teach you this, how to win always, in 4 or sometimes 2 or 3 moves. And that was the bad news. And the good news is that after watching this video you'll get rid of the idea of hacking chess forever. Well, let's start with the most famous traps at the beginning of the game. Checkmate in 4 moves. There is another version of mate in 4 moves for white. What's more important to remember now is that taking the queen out at the beginning of the game is probably one of the worst ideas. Apart from a couple of gambits for black, which also give an ambiguous position, it is always a loss of a move and a strengthening of the opponent. But now let's quickly learn how to checkmate in 3 moves. Such a checkmate is possible for both white and black. To do this, the opponent must play like a drunken Magnus in the stream. Other variations of the first 2 moves for white are possible, but black must necessarily move the g-pawn by 5 and the f-pawn by 5 or 6. Mate in 3 moves for black looks similar. There is also mate in 2 moves and it is only possible for black. If white advances the f and g pawns at the beginning of the game, and black opens the way for the queen. There are dozens of different variations of these mats. Not in 2 or 4 moves, but somehow or other they play this position with an open king and queen on h5 or f7. But it's important to remember that such positions are only possible when playing against a weak opponent. And here we come to the main secret of the video, which is the title. Do you want to win always in a few moves? Always play with weak opponents. Teach your little brother, sister, grandmother, grandfather, friends, girlfriends to play. Download the chess.com app for kids, chess.com kids, and find opponents with ratings closer to 0. You can do it, it's pretty easy. Boom! The secret is out. But let's think like real chess players, a few moves ahead. What will such easy victories give you in the long run? The feeling of joy at having beaten a beginner will be gone in 5 minutes. What will be left? Think about it. In Texas poker, beginners who play baby mate are called fish. And that's a great definition. A fish wants to eat the free worm, but gets hooked sooner or later. When it gets caught by an experienced fisherman rather than a rookie who has barely learned how to hold a fishing rod, it becomes the last worm in its life. Trying to hack chess makes you look like such a fish. You can't hack chess. Chess is an interesting and even fun game, but it requires you to take it very seriously. You know, it's like the work of stand-up comedians. It's very funny, but behind it there is a hell of a lot of serious work. I'll end with a story. My father taught me to play chess when I was 6 years old. I got dozens of childish mats before I learned to defend against them. But when I learned to read, I read the only chess book we had. It was the early 80s, there was no YouTube then, or any website whatsoever, or even browsers. And when I was 7 years old I was already beating my father. Every time. With my eyes closed. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel. In the next video I'll tell you how a beginner can quickly learn to play chess. Quickly. Learn to play.